Oh my god, the degrees have just gone up like 15 putting this shirt on. Dear God, help me. Hi friends. Hi guys. Hi. Blasphemy. Hi pals. Right, so we know I like to go back and read things I haven't read in a while, you know, so I decided my brain needed a break, so I went to read a few manga because manga is easy to read, and in this particular series I only have 4 of the books. So right, so I'm just gonna go with some backstory. Fruits Basket, love her. I remember discovering Fruits Basket through a fan-made video where they used Fruits Basket characters as Harry Potter characters, and it was this really old fucking song that I cannot find anywhere anymore. This video doesn't exist anymore, or there's like only a small snippet of this video left somewhere on the internet. I've not been able to find it in years, but like it was when, I don't know if it's still a thing. Is this still a thing? Do people still make anime music videos? Because that was like a big thing when I was a teenager 10 years ago and into anime. Anime music videos were just like popping, and everyone made them except me because I had no idea how to make them. And then, yeah, I don't know, that's how I found Fruits Basket. So I think I watched it first, and then I started buying these. These are the original books I bought from a decade ago, something like that, you know. I loved the anime. It was really, you know, it was fun. It was enjoyable. Bleh. Good. And I've always Kyo is my boy. Kyo is my boy. I love him, and that is the end. Now, reading this 10 years on, it has some major problems. Like major, like it's not good. It's good, but it's not it's not good. So I really just had to talk about this because what the fuck was I watching? So if you don't know, the basic premise of Fruits Basket is it stars this girl called Toru, and her mother dies. That's literally the first thing you find out. Her mum's dead. She's living in a fucking tent because her granddad's remodeling his house and can't stay where he's staying for some reason, you know, plot holes. So she's living in a fucking tent and lying to everyone that she's staying with other people, and it's just not true. And she is actually staying on the property of this family. I think they're called the Soma family. Right, I'm just gonna put in a warning here, disclaimer. I'm white as fuck and I have not watched this anime in a fucking while. I'm really dyslexic. I will probably fuck up some of these names, and that's just my disclaimer from here on out. So the Soma family have this curse where some of them are possessed by the, I don't know, like they talk about being possessed by the angry, vengeful spirits of the 12 zodiac animals. Are they spirits though, or is this just, you know, like there are some things that just don't make sense, so sometimes you just have to pretend it makes sense. And this is something I didn't realise when I read and watched this 10 years ago, but basically there's like a main house where all the people who are like fucking possessed by these animals live, most of them anyway. And then there's also the outside or something, the outsiders, I think it's the outside, who are the rest of the family who aren't possessed by these animals, and most of them do not know about this curse. What? Like, I didn't know that when I read this 10 years ago. I thought the family knew. So like, that's basically the premise of this, is that book number 1 is about how Toru ends up living with these select 3 Soma family members who don't live in this housing section. They live in a different kind of outside, I think. Can't really be entirely sure, but I think they live away from these families' homes I talked about earlier. They live somewhere else. And so the 3 who live there are Yuki, Hyo, and who the fuck is the dog man? Shigure. So they live together and they let her live with them for a while because her granddad's home's being remodeled. Basically, the end of book 1 is like, oh yeah, the house is done, come back to live with me, says granddad. And these other family members who we don't know who they are exactly, like who they're related to. Later you find out that this granddad is Toru's dad's dad. Toru's dad is dead. Toru has no parents, by the way, at all. So I think these family members must be like her uncle or aunt on her dad's side, but it's never really specified. So yeah, so then they get all sad because, oh no, we actually really liked you living with us. Oh yeah, I really liked living with you. They go, she goes, moves back in with all her stuff and has just unpacked all of her shit, and the family are fucking horrible to her. Then her granddad's like, shut the fuck up, bitches, you're all evil. Like, he literally calls his own family members evil. And he's like, yeah, I can kind of put up with it because I'm old, but I don't think you'll be happy here, so you should go move back in with your friends. And it's like, she just moved in. And you're like, lol, JK, go back. And then the boys turn up to take her home anyway. What? Right, so I do have to also, before I get too much further into the plot, so this is Shigure. Right, so we are the same. He is the year of the dog. I was born year of the dog. We have the same middle parting hair now. He sometimes wears glasses. He is a writer. And he smokes, and that was like a big character trait I had for a long time. No longer, but like I still, when I watch characters who smoke, I'm like, same. But there he is, look how cute he is. Except he's a fucking pervert. He's a pervert. Like, he makes a lot of really weird jokes about women generally. And then as the book goes on, he seems to be in some weird polyamorous relationship with 2 men who are also part of, like, they also are under this curse, which means they are related. Like, this is the biggest flaw in this fucking series, is that supposedly everyone who is under this curse, you know, they're all in the same family. There are lots of romantic elements in these books. There's lots of, like, I think most of them are like cousins. Occasionally they are actually siblings. So like, I'm having trouble because reading it, you're like, yeah, I'm popping for that couple. And then you're like, that's your cousin. That's your cousin. What are you doing? Because like, there's a lot of homo-romantic and homoerotic like vibes. There's loads, absolutely fucking loads. Like the cow, Year of the Cow guy, he says that his first love was Yuki, who is Year of the Rat guy. That's your cousin. That's your cousin. I just, because like, And then Year of the Cow guy has a black and a white personality. Like, his white personality is the good one and his black one's the bad one. And his black personality is like really rapey. He's like really threatening about women, and I don't like it. Like, he's canon gay because his first love was Yuki, who is a boy. Are you canon gay? Canon into your family members? Are you bi? Or are you just like fucked? Because otherwise, I like this character, but what the fuck is that? What the fuck? What the fuck? So like, bitch, there's a lot of homo-romantic moments between Kyo and Yuki as well, who are these two, you know, enemies to lovers basically, except not, because I think they're also both in love with Yuki. Not Yuki, that is him. Both in love with Toru. Like, that's very heavily suggested, but also they are kind of gay for each other. And then in this fourth book, I feel like I didn't even read this before, because reading some of this, I was like, I don't remember any of that. And I don't think half of this shit was in the TV show. That was only like a season long, I think. But like, so Shigure here is about 10 years older than these other two. I'm not really sure how old they are, but they're like mid-teens, maybe 14, 15, 16, something like that. So this guy must be like my age, 20, 25-ish. Him, Yuki's older brother, and another member of their Zodiac fam all grew up like the same age as each other. So they went to high school together. And these are the ones who have like the weirdly suggestive like polyamorous relationship. And Shigure is a fucking pervert. Yuki's older brother is a worse pervert. Like, I don't know how, but he's a worse pervert. He's worse. And then the other guy, I feel sorry for him that he's in this fucking trio. Because he's just like a normal guy who's just had enough of the other two shit. And he's, this other guy, I can't remember his name, Hattori or something. Is it in cheat sheet? Hattori, I got it, bitch. He had a girlfriend for like a little while who didn't have the curse, but was part of the family. What the fuck? Why is this series so full of incest? It didn't need to be this incestuous. I don't understand. Something I didn't really remember much of is like their leader. As I was reading the beginning of this, I was like, oh, so it's some old guy who's really annoying and stuck in his ways. No. He's pretty young. Also, like, he's definitely evil. He definitely sucks, because there's a lot of stuff suggesting that he was like heavily abusive towards Yuki. Does bad shit all the time to everybody. He's kind of queer-coded, kind of looks like a woman. He met Toru, and then in the car home, he was like, she's ugly, isn't she? You know, the way, like, you know who I'm about to say, like the bitchy gays, the bitchy male gays that you meet, who are lovely to your face, and they go, she was ugly. You know, like, so he's very, like, heavily queer-coded, but he's also, like, chronically ill / disabled. Like, he's the most sick of the lot. And like, he did something to Hattori and made him basically blind in one eye. So he's definitely violent. So I'm not a fan that this book's main villain is queer-coded and disabled. Also, a lot of these fucking characters have something wrong with them. Like, Yuki's not very well either. A lot of them are not well. And I can't help but think, well, if you guys stopped fucking each other, then maybe you would not be that sick, you know? Maybe your whole family would be a little bit healthier because you wouldn't be sharing genes like all the time, you know? Also, book 4, just randomly thrown in the arse slur. We fucking love that shit. I do have to say as well, like, Toru's only friends outside of this weird family, Hanajima and Arisa, I'm pretty sure they call her Uo-chan or Uso-chan or something. Those two, I swear to God, are lesbians. They are a lesbian couple. You cannot tell me otherwise. They basically act like Toru's mother and have no interest in anybody. And they both act like they are married to each other. And Toru is their child now that the mother is fucking dead and the father's dead. You know, everyone's dead. But they act like that lesbian couple that's in the friendship group who's everybody's like parents, and one's like more of the mother and one's more like the father. Like, you cannot tell me that they are not lesbians, and that's that. And if later on in this series they end up with men, I will be deeply upset, because that is not on. Leave my lesbian heroes alone. Was there anything else I had to say? Not really sure. I don't know, man. Like, what did I just read? So, like, I recently read Cemetery Boys for the first time, so I'm like really big into the idea of a trans main character. Also, one of my favourite anime / mangas is Orange High School Host Club, where the main character is Haruhi, who's basically like a trans non-binary person. No one fucking knows. Nothing's confirmed. They use masculine pronouns, you know? So, like, I can't help but think that this would be a lot more fun and interesting if this main character was a trans man. Because as well, okay, so here's one of the things with this curse. People with the curse cannot hug anyone of the opposite sex or gender. You know, I'm going to put it like this, but that's basically how it's put. It's too hot for me to figure out how to say it. That's basically how they put it. They cannot hug anyone of the opposite sex or gender outside of their family or outside of people who have this curse. So if a woman has a boy and she hugs the boy, it will fucking turn into the animal of the zodiac that they are. So one of the biggest sort of plot points of this is Toru is a girl living with 3 men. Or a man and 2 boys, you know? And she's very clumsy, and she turns a lot of these fucking people into their animal counterparts. Most of these people are all men as well. I think there's only 3 women Zodiac members. Sexism, even though this is written by a woman, I'm pretty sure. So I just think it would have been a really great, like, plot point, kind of like in Cemetery Boys, where am I going to try to pronounce these words? Where Yads wants to prove that he is a brujo. I'm English, I'm white, and I have no idea how to say it. I can say it in my head, I think, but out loud my mouth doesn't do it, you know? Brujo. I don't know. I assume there are some rolled R's. I don't know. So he wants to prove that he is the male part of his culture. Spoiler alert, he can do all that stuff. So I think that this would have been really cool, that if the main character was a trans man, and he, you know, Toru is also a boy's name. So I think, you know, it works really well. It would have been fab. So Toru, if she came out as a man, and everyone was like, oh cool, okay, hey Toru, my dude. And if she, I don't know what, if they, you know, then ended up falling onto these men in the zodiac, and they stopped changing into animals because Toru is a man. Validation, you know, I don't know, I just like that idea, but this is a very old series. You can tell how old it is. Oh my god, it's just a lot of like gay fan service from a woman for other straight female readers, not for any gay readers. Also, Toru literally moves in with them to be like housekeeper. She does all the cleaning, the cooking, washes their clothes. She looks after three men. She is a teenage girl looking after 3 men. R.I.P. feminism. You know, like, I just like Harry Potter. It will always have like a special place in my heart, but fucking hell, oh my god, what the fuck? It's a surprise I turned out as well as I did. What the fuck have I been reading growing up? I mean, it's not as bad as a lot of manga I've read, where there's definitely a lot of underage sexualization and touching. There is some of that for sure, but it's definitely not as bad as other things like upskirt shots and titty jiggling and titty grabbing and, you know, that sort of shit, and swimming and bikini scenes, blah blah blah. It's relatively mild in that aspect, but still, this is fucked. Like, this is... Why did we like this so much? I mean, I love the concepts of the zodiac people, characters, but do they have to be related? This is like an Umbrella Academy thing, except for I'm like, technically they're not related, but they were all fucking adopted together, so they are related, and it's weird. Like Alison and Luther, technically it's okay, but it's still weird. You grow up as brother and sister. You know, that's just how I feel about it. It's just, it don't sit right. Fuck. But there we go. That was my passionate head explosion. I don't remember any of this from the show. I don't even know how the show ends. There's so much ominous shit in these 4 dumb books. And I know there's so many books. I don't remember how any of this goes. What the fuck? Anyway, if you want to hear more of me ranting about manga that I read 10 years ago, there is another video I read, Chibi Vampire, which was better than this, to be fair. But also I have other manga that I plan on reading at some point, so let me know if you want that. Leave a comment down below. Leave a like on my video and subscribe for more of this disabled gay ranting about books. This is all I am now. This is all I am. Right, I'm fucking sweating. I need to get out of here. I'll see you next week. Bye.